Today I am joined by Clila and Hadasa Bau, the daughters of Joseph and Rebecca Bau, two extraordinary Holocaust survivors whose lives became intertwined with Oskar Schindler, and their story was later immortalized in Steven Spielberg's Schindler's List. Joseph and Rebecca met inside the Płaszów concentration camp, where they were secretly married. They both risked their lives to save others during the Holocaust. But this is also a remarkable family story about love, survival, humour, creativity, and two daughters determined to preserve the legacy their parents left behind. This is Clila and Hadasa Bau. Welcome to the Growth Time Machine. I am delighted to have you with me today. I really am. Maybe you could tell our lovely audience who you are and who you are related to. And let's start there. And I've got some questions for you that I'm going to throw your way, and hopefully we'll have a lovely chat.
Okay, so I'm Clila. And I am Hadasa, and we are the daughters of Joseph and Rebecca Bau.
So your dad had a sense of humor, right?
He was born like that. Yeah. And you are talking about the Holocaust. So this is really remarkable because he knew that when people laugh, it makes them feel good. So he was telling jokes all the time.
He created jokes.
Right.
He was a machine of jokes all day.
Do you have a joke of your dad's you could share with us?
Yeah, אין פה את הספר. He published book with his jokes and with paintings, unbelievable.
And in the Holocaust, he wrote the jokes, and we have the jokes, but too bad only the punchline. And we don't know what was the joke.
No.
Yeah,
really?
Just he wanted to remind himself, and he divided into categories like lawyers and teacher and hookers and all the subjects. So we said we'll have an evening in our museum with people who like to tell jokes. We'll tell the punchline, and whoever will come with the best joke will publish it in a book.
He didn't have enough paper. He found something, so he wrote.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You know? And he wrote poems that we will show you. And poems so funny.
Being in the concentration camp, in Płaszów concentration camp, and he was a very famous poet in Poland. From the age of 9, he was writing poems and painting
in newspapers, not only for the class.
Yeah, right. And it was kind of burning inside him. He had to write, but he doesn't have paper. So what does he do? He collects the cigarette butts that the Nazis threw, and he wrote poems on it. Beautiful poems, nothing about where he is, like Vals in the Forest.
I go to a party with the moon.
Love poems to our mom. Humor, everything in humor. And if I show you the book.
Please.
You want to believe. We want now to translate. We translate already to Hebrew, but we want now to translate from Polish to English. Because, this is unbelievable also Polish. Our father was the biggest caricature in Poland. He wrote, after the war, he wrote and he painted caricature in 4 newspapers on all Poland. Can you imagine?
This
remarkable.
Look how it's small.
In the size of your hand.
Oh, wow.
And when you open it, you see the small handwrite.
100 poems.
And 11 paintings.
Beautiful 11. He showed the real life, not that there are only numbers, you know, and if you... תראי את זה, כן. Like a little boy, in, yeah.
Incredible.
Love poems to our
He
mom.
did animation of life in the death. He painted, he created life in the...
You know, we have a poem that he wrote to our mom when they separated them and she was sent to Auschwitz. So he wrote her a poem. This is in English. I can read it to you. And look, he gave her a flower. The flower is in the book till today. And this is amazing. And we translated it to Hebrew, like Hadasa says. Now we need a good English poet that knows Polish.
That is poet also.
Yeah. Okay. So now I will show you. Wait, but okay. Our father. So our father wrote the poems on cigarette butts, and we found only after our mom passed away that she wrote diaries. And in the diaries, she wrote how she saved people. Now, our parents met inside Płaszów concentration camp. Our father got dressed as a woman, smuggled himself into the women's camp, and that's how they got married secretly. They are the only couple that dared to get married in a concentration camp. No one tried to do it.
Am I right, ladies, in saying that that was portrayed, wasn't it, in Schindler's List?
Right.
That was included. And it's one of the most remarkable stories that I've ever heard.
Right.
I was in Auschwitz 2 weeks ago. And I know it wasn't there, but I was there 2 weeks ago. And it's beyond comprehension. I know your mum went there. It's beyond any form of comprehension. How
She was a big hero. She never was afraid from anything.
Even in Auschwitz, she was fighting with Dr. Mengele. And
Really?
she saved, our father saved hundreds of Jews. Our mom saved. They were talking about the Holocaust every day.
Also with us, we know everything.
And they never told us that they saved people. And
so they were obviously incredibly modest.
Yeah.
For them was important only life, not that somebody will talk about them. They were nothing, you know.
Your mum is beautiful, and your father is a very attractive man.
Right.
Very jealous. They look like a Hollywood couple. Like they're in a.
You are right. And now they made a movie about them in Hollywood.
Yeah, and they needed to. They deserved that.
Is Bau, Artist at War. This is
incredible.
The book.
And I want to tell you that this book, even one letter our father didn't write that he saved even one Jewish man. Only people are coming to us and they tell us, I am alive because Joseph Bau, and a woman came, I am alive because Rebecca Bau, your parents, many people, only from them we know. From the book, we don't know anything. And our mom wrote diary, and she wrote how she saved, with the names of people, how she saved them.
How did she do it? How did she do that?
In many ways. But wait, just before, I want to finish what we started before. We built a box that resembles the case that our father had in a bag in the camp. Here we put the painting. Our father always said, I am half, mom is half. Only when we are together, we are one. And
so this is Tango. And this painting is called Tango of Rebecca and Joseph Bau.
And when you open it, you see our mom's diaries. She called it In the Name of God, our father's poem book, The World and I. And we said when the reader will take to his hand our father's book, he won't understand how he wrote it. So we hid, just like he hid in his case. This book comes out, this book comes out, and underneath is the tiny book which we showed you before that he wrote on cigarette butts.
Incredible.
And we translated our mom's book to English.
Yeah,
It's
in
called
English.
In the Name of God.
It's
And-
remarkable.
Yeah.
And now we want also, like we said, the poems to translate.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll put out something and try and make that happen for you, 100%. Tell me a story about your mom and your dad. How did they help save people?
So our father saved in many ways. One of the ways that he was forging documents. And he worked, the German used him to be a draftsman, to be a graphic artist, and secretly he worked for the Jewish underground. And he was forging documents. And many Jews were able to escape. And one day they told him, Józek, that's how they called him in Poland, you saved so many people. Make for yourself a document and run away. He said, but if I run away, who will save the others? And stay till the last day, even though he could, but he didn't.
He didn't tell us that friends come and tell all the time all these things.
And
It's incredible.
And one of the most, not one of the most important, he didn't take a penny. There were people that forged documents, but they took so much money. One came to us and he said, my mom also saved maybe 10 Jewish people. And she came to Israel so rich. Clila and I, we look on each other. How she bought so many apartments? What do you want? She saved their life. She did. So they gave her all the money. Many times we saw people coming and they wanted to give. We didn't know what, something. Our father ran away. Didn't take.
our mom too.
Our mom too.
And you know, I have to tell you something very important. I don't know if you know, but many survivors didn't talk about what they went through. You know, right? And
Yeah.
our parents were talking all the time. And people were saying, why are you talking about the Holocaust when no one wants to hear? And you write about the Holocaust? So they always said, if we won't talk and you won't talk, what will happen in 50 years when there will be Holocaust deniers? They already saw it.
Will be terrible anti-Semitism. And this is what's going on now. This what.
And your father, he actually helped with the documents that got Eichmann out of Argentina. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah.
We found out about it 2 years after he passed away. He researched the Hebrew language. Like, they came to Israel in 1950, and our father was the first animator in Israel who built all the equipment by himself. He built the smallest movie theater and showed animation at a time when there were no TV in Israel, and we didn't even know what is animation. And Israel was just a baby in the yet. And then 2 years after he passed away, he had an exhibition in the Israeli Knesset, you know, it's like the parliament, about his research of the Hebrew language. And in the opening of the exhibition, so there was Knesset members and Shimon Peres, Ruby Rivlin, they were our presidents, and they were talking about our father. And I go to Hadasa like this and I say, what's going on? Who are they talking about? Our father? And then someone got up and said, I'll tell you something the daughters don't know. Joseph Bau was the main graphic artist of the Mossad, and he's the one who forged documents for the spies. And we said, what? We knew nothing.
Maybe 5 years we didn't believe. We didn't know anything.
Longer.
You know, our parents always, they told us, and they say, you need to know one thing. We don't have secrets. You know everything about us. Really, we know. Up to now, we don't know, you know, how many things they did.
Now, the head of the group, the team that went to catch Eichmann, his name was Rafi Eitan, a very famous man in Israel. He came to our museum and said, film me and I will tell you everything about your father, which we didn't know. And something very interesting, our father never signed his name.
In Israel, in Poland, he signed BAU very big.
Right.
But in Israel...
And in Israel, you can't see it. If you... here, you see tiny...
Oh, wow.
Wait, so
Yeah.
we enlarged it. So what does it look like to you?
Now it's starting to look more like a bird.
Right. Now, you know what we love the most? When a group of pupils came to our museum, because we perform in the museum and we tell our parents' story and about the secret museum, also, and we show animation movies that our father did. So when we asked them, what does it look like? So one boy said, Superman. But look at the magic. When you turn it on its side, in Hebrew, it's written Bau. This is
Really?
B in Hebrew. This is like A, it's Aleph, and this is Vav, Bau.
Incredible.
And he put it like that. We never asked why. We knew what it meant, but so now we know. He wasn't allowed to sign his name. He was a very secret man.
Because of that, he also done jokes. Everyone, he's so funny. He knew how to cover everything.
Yeah.
I will tell you jokes. Yeah. And in his museum, he told jokes everyone that came, to everyone. People loved to come to him. All the artists came to the museum. Directors and yeah.
How did your father meet Oskar Schindler?
Ooh. Oh, this is a very interesting story. Our mom, you asked us how she saved. So she, before the war broke out, she wanted to be a doctor, just like all her family and her father and pharmacists, the whole family. But Jews were not allowed to go to university before the Second World War. So she studied to be a nurse and to do manicure and pedicure and facials. And in the camp, she saved a lot of people in many ways, but one of the ways was that the Nazis gave the Jews clogs, like wooden shoes.
Wooden shoes.
And they got blisters, and they limped. And whoever limped, they killed. So our mom stole from someone a razor blade.
From a Nazi, from a German.
And with this razor blade, she fixed all the blisters and they didn't limp. Now the Nazis saw that she's doing it so well. They said, do to my wife, do to this. And while she was doing it, she said to them, why is your husband an SS? Why is he killing? Why is he murdering? Our mom knew 9 languages. She spoke German fluently. And they told her, if you keep on talking like this, we will kill you. And then her name reached the commandant, Amon Get, who was a horrible murderer. And she was forced to give him manicure. And he placed a gun under her elbow. She couldn't work like this. One day she asked him, why is the gun? if you just scratch me, I'll shoot you on the spot. And he didn't. But she was a spy. She was listening to what he was talking, and then she told in her barrack. And this way she saved a lot of people too. And one day she heard that they're making a list of people that will be transferred to Schindler's camp in Czechia. Now, our parents didn't work in his factory, and so they didn't have, they couldn't be on the list because they didn't work in his factory. So
they were in Płaszów in this time.
Yeah. And our mom knew one of the men who made the list. So she came to him and said, you know that you owe me because I saved your mom. You are right, she told me. And he wrote our mom's name on the list. And our mom said, I'm not afraid. Please save my husband. And they only knew each other for 2 months. It wasn't a love of years because they met in the camp. So he erased our mom's name and he wrote our father's name. And our father was sent to Czechia, to Oskar Schindler's camp, and our mom to Auschwitz. And she didn't tell him 50 years that she's the one who did it. And when the movie premiered in Israel, February 1994, exactly the premiere was in the week when they celebrated their 50th anniversary.
This was a gift for them, a present. Yeah, Steven Spielberg did it. He didn't know, but you see, this like miracles that it happened.
And journalists from all over the world came to interview our parents, where they dared to get married. And one journalist asked our father, tell me, how did you get on Schindler's List when you didn't work in his factory? I don't know. Maybe he needed a graphic artist. And our mom smiled, and the journalist noticed. And she said, Mrs. Bau, why are you smiling? And she told. And our father and us, we couldn't move. Oh. And I learned a new word. Our father was flabbergasted.
It's a good word.
Yeah, good.
Me too. Me too.
And
listen, they are the most romantic couple ever. And they said, we will be alive, we'll be great.
And then, so then when he got back, he got his conscience back, he said, I don't understand. Why did you do it? And you didn't tell me for 50 years. Why? She said, look, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to feel that you owe me something. And I did it from love. And the love between them was like this till the last second. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
It's the most beautiful, selfless thing I've ever heard in my life.
But you don't know something very important.
Okay.
Which we only found also after he passed away. He was the right hand of Oskar Schindler.
No way.
Everything that Schindler needed to be forged, like telegrams and all kinds. So
to Germany, yeah. And like he also forged documents like they were sent from Germany here. Everything was his idea, and he saved the 1,200 Jews. And now, people tell us that we need to be in contact with the second generation. They actually are alive, and the parents who that was there, thanks Oskar Schindler and Joseph Bau. Yeah, they were together. He called our father my son. And he called Clila and me granddaughter.
Yeah. Look, We didn't have grandparents, not aunts, not uncles. Everyone got murdered. One brother of our father survived and he moved to New Jersey. And the kids used to ask us all the time, because we lived in the neighborhood that our parents were the only survivors. How come you don't have grandparents? And when we said they were murdered in the Holocaust, they didn't understand, little kids. And what our parents were talking about, we told. So the neighbors and people came and they told our parents, tell your daughters to stop inventing such terrible stories. And our parents said, they're not inventing, and they will never stop, because we have to talk about it. And
in schools, they didn't teach all that. Nothing.
Then, right. And in a way, I was a bit, I don't know if to say jealous, because you are jealous when, maybe, of kids that had grandparents, and we didn't. And Oskar Schindler came to visit in Israel. I was 5.
No way.
And our parents took us with them to meet him. And I remember, wow, I have goosebumps. He picked me in his arms. He was a very tall, handsome man. And he said, I'm your grandfather because I saved your father. And I remember I looked at him and I couldn't believe my eyes. I said, not only that I have a grandfather who is a hero, because our parents told us who he was on the way to meet him. And so I have a grandfather. And I couldn't wait to go to the kindergarten. It was Saturday night, and when I went to the kindergarten, we go to school here on Sundays also. And I remember running to the kindergarten. And then the teacher said, what did you do over the weekend? She asked the kids, and I go, hi. And she said, Slila, what happened? I have a grandfather. And everyone started laughing, like the kids. How come suddenly you have a grandfather? And I started telling them who he was, that he saved 1,200 Jews, and they didn't know what I'm talking about. And then the teacher said, Slila, come here. Now, I knew, I remember it like today. I said, she's going to yell at me that I'm talking about the Holocaust. But I don't care. I will keep on talking. And I go out from the class, and I forgot to say that it was raining like cats and dogs that day, which is not so usual in Israel like in London. And when I get out of the class, in the end of the corridor, I see my mom sitting. She never came to pick me up in the middle of the day, covered with towels and all over, completely wet, and crying. And I ran. I said, Mom, what happened? What happened to you? Why are you wet and you are crying? She said, I'm wet because it started raining so badly that I went outside to bring all the plants inside the apartment, because she grew a lot of plants and cats and the door locked. And we had bars on the windows, and I was always so skinny that I was the only one who could go through the bars and open the door. So I came to pick you up, that you'll come and open the door for me. So I said, Mom, but why didn't you call me immediately? I can tell you are sitting here for a while. No, you are talking about Oskar Schindler and about the Holocaust. And I'm so proud of you. And don't ever stop. And we don't. We continue.
So I want to tell you that Oh, I am so excited, שכחת. I am so excited 1 minute that I forgot, but everything is so really unbelievable. And I now remember Oskar Schindler came many times to our father's studio. This was studio then. And they were together many days alone, and we don't know what they talk and how. And our mom came too, and he came to our mom and said like that, "You need to know one very important thing." Okay. Juju, Joseph, in Polish, Juju, Joseph Bau is the biggest artist ever. I know that he is a big artist, but the biggest, why? If he worked for Goethe,
The commandant,
he knew the Gothic letters, but he didn't know even one word in German. Can you imagine? All what he wrote was with mistakes. And he said he wrote for me also, but everything with mistakes. So he said, you write everything with mistakes. What, you with Goethe was the same? Because I don't want to know German. I don't know, and I don't know, and I don't want to know how he was alive, only because he wrote so beautiful the Gothic letters.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I would dearly have loved to have met your parents outside of all of the remarkable things they did. What was your favorite kind of just normal memory of your parents?
הזיכרון הכי, זה לא לשמוע.
Every minute.
You know, they were...
No, we weren't in the Holocaust, so we don't have memories from Holocaust.
עם ההורים.
No, only they told, but with them, every minute was different.
Our father played the mandolin and the violin, and he came home every day, and he was telling jokes. And I told you, he taught Hadasa to write words and music, told me to tell jokes. And it was a very unique atmosphere. For example, we have a holiday called Purim. You know what is Purim?
I've heard of this, yes.
Like Halloween, that you get dressed.
Yeah.
And he made for us the costumes. And he made for me something from India. And he said, what, you are going on the stage, what will you say? I say, I'm an Indian priest, but a woman, like. Boring. He took the map of India and told me to copy names of cities and learn it by heart. And when he came home at night, he said, okay, now recite. So I don't remember the names of the cities, but I'll tell you, like, I said, New York, Washington, London. He said, but this is boring the way you say it. You should act. Say,
he was director.
London, New York, and he's teaching me. And then I went on the stage, and everyone said, Clila can speak Indian? Like, everyone was shocked. He was and our mom, they were very encouraging all the time. Hadasa wrote the songs for her kids. Immediately he published a book with, and he made a book for her with all the songs. And he never let our mom wash floors or do dishes.
I will show you.
This is the...
Our mom gave this photo.
Oh, wow.
Yes, oh.
Our father said, I am the king in the house and I am the king in the kitchen. I clean the dishes. I make everything. And once I wanted, he ran away. I told you only I clean the dishes. Okay, no, never again. And he came home 11 o'clock at night, and in the kitchen, clean the dishes, happy. And he said, I am the example to all the husbands in the world, that they will learn from me how to behave. We are the most happy family ever. And only love. You see what we found: love, laugh, and life. He had the Bible to life, only life. And he said, I want not that only the money will be in the house and the wife make everything. This is not important. If you will clean the floor and you will clean the dishes, you will see your life will be unbelievable with your wife. So he was a teacher to life.
He's so right. He's so right.
We want to show you, this is the first painting he did in Tel Aviv.
Wow.
And by the way, we have a traveling exhibition in United States.
Come to London.
It can come to London, to England, to if you have audiences also in United States.
I think we have to spread this word. We have to do these things.
Oh, thank you. You
Yeah.
are right. You are so clear.
And the problem is that the building is just before demolition. And they told us that we will have to leave. And since it doesn't belong to us, we pay rent. So we have no rights. And they say we'll let you know 3 months before. And we are devastated because we don't have money. We need to buy a new place. And our kids,
To build a museum.
that they will continue us. They say, don't rent again a place. It's not again because it used to, our father works there since 1960. And because, rent, you don't know. So you have to purchase a place and there build a museum. And this is our dream.
We need help.
Yeah.
Big help.
Yeah, we need someone to help us. And it's, look, we see people are coming, kids and pupils and soldiers.
And psychiatrists. And
Everyone is amazed at this couple, how they manage to be normal and to save. They got a certificate of Jews who save Jews.
from Bnei Brit International.
And they risk their life every minute. And this is so important to show. And whoever comes to us, you can read on TripAdvisor. We are called Joseph Bauhaus Museum. We were on the top % of all the attractions recommended worldwide.
And also places and museums.
Now we have a war. We had the war, so for a few years we hardly have any tourists now, which is also very sad. And it's a very important place, and we need help.
There's no question about that. These stories, and I've heard a tiny amount, they're extraordinary. Your parents were incredible. What they did for others. And your mum, what she did for your dad. This was the quintessential loved up couple. I wonder if your parents were with us now, what would they say? What would they say about their legacy and their lives?
I know they would have been very happy.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy. That's what they taught us all the years, to make everyone happy. And when I wrote a little girl the song, so I said, Daddy, I don't know to write. I don't know to read. It was the first day in the school. It's not important, the word and the music. Listen, not important. What is important that everyone will laugh. And if they won't laugh, to the garbage.
We want to send you the song also.
I'd love to hear the song.
We have a hymn of the museum.
Yes.
That's what our parents wanted. That all world will know the most important thing in life is not more cars, not houses. If no, I'm depressed. I need a lot of money. No, the opposite. The biggest happiness is inside you. You decide if you are happy or no. And the name of the song is be happy now. The happiness in this minute. The present is the present.
I would
And
love dearly to hear that. And
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
we will
Maybe you
the
can
song.
put it.
Oh, maybe
absolutely, of course. And
Okay.
I know that Hadasa, I know you sing, certainly.
Clila,
Yeah, we sing together.
I love that. You both sing. What do you love to sing?
What do we love to sing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hadasa
my
songs.
songs that I write. That's what our father taught me. I say thank you every minute. You ask what I love the best is everything, but also that. You know, I don't know how. Come to me all the songs, all the words, and unbelievable, unbelievable.
Do you want to hear?
I'd love to hear. Absolutely.
Okay, say. And
So we give now. Be happy, love. Do you know how? How, yeah. Be happy, love. Do you know how? How, yeah. Joseph and Rebecca Bau always said, be happy, love.
Joseph and Rebecca